What will the US do, and what is its policy on Syria? Still two big question marks here at the White House as US President Donald Trump and other national security officials going through their options for Syria. Remember, he first tweeted that his response would happen in 24 to 48 hours. Those 48 hours are up. Then he indicated to Russia that missiles were essentially on their way. Smart and new, he said, criticizing Russia's support for Bashar al-Assad's government in Syria. Then he basically tweeted, well, I never really set a timeline in Syria. We may or may not intervene. He had this to say a short time ago here at the White House.
We're looking very, very seriously, very closely at that whole situation, and we'll see what happens, folks. We'll see what happens. It's too bad that the world puts us in a position like that, but you know, as I said this morning, we've done a great job with ISIS. We have just absolutely decimated ISIS, but now we have to make some further decisions, so they'll be made fairly soon.
Meanwhile, US officials say they're fairly certain a chemical weapons attack did occur around Douma and in Douma on April the 7th. They've been analysing the intelligence, both raw and reported from the field. So Secretary of Defence here, James Mattis, thinks that has happened, but also open the window for maybe waiting until the results of an investigation before any strike as well.
I believe there was a chemical attack, and we're looking for the actual evidence. The OPCW, this is the Organization for the Chemical Weapons Convention. We're trying to get those inspectors in probably within the week. You know the challenges we face, where Russia has 6 times in the UN rejected and made certain that we could not get investigators in.
Now, of course, if there is any strike, the big worry is that the US and Russia could come into direct conflict. They've had these worries before as US has attacked ISIS positions in Syria. Also worries about any mistakes on the ground or in the air. So there has been contact about potentially deconflicting, that is suggesting where strikes might happen. So Russian forces and others potentially can move out of the way. So this is potentially a strike just on Bashar al-Assad's forces, although the feeling is this would be bigger than the 59 Tomahawk missiles that were launched in April last year. Of course, it may be in coordination with France and the UK as well, and could be more sustained as well. Hence, perhaps the reticence here about when you go and how deep you go in, because Russia is pushing back very firmly on this potential attack. Nathan King, CGTN at the White House.